When it comes to PMS symptoms, the mood swings and brutal honesty that come in those premenstrual days are quite well recognised. But did you know that constipation before your period may also be associated with PMS and hormonal imbalance? But before we even look at how constipation and PMS are connected, let's just define constipation. If you are not pooing every day, you are constipated in my books. Ideally, having 1 to 3 bowel movements a day is a sign of good digestion. Healthy poos are like brown sausages. If you really have to strain, or if your poos are more like Maltesers than sausages, then you're likely constipated as well. So many people are constipated and they don't even know it. But many women have regular bowel movements most of the time, but tend to get constipated in that week before their period. Many experts attribute this premenstrual constipation to the rise in progesterone in our luteal phase. And progesterone is a relaxing hormone, so it can potentially slow down contractions in the digestive tract. But then other scientists suggest that estrogen is actually to blame. Their study was done by testing mice instead of humans, though, so it's hard to know if that's also the case in humans. The jury is out though, and like many things when it comes to period health, there just isn't enough research to base our understanding on that alone. For me, like all PMS symptoms, this is a great example of the magic powers of your menstrual cycle as a feedback system for all areas of your health that may need more support. So if you are getting constipated in the days leading up to your bleed, it's a good sign that your digestion needs some support. If you get constipated the week before your period, you can try some of the following suggestions in your premenstrual days or week, depending on when you tend to get constipated. And you may also want to incorporate these tips into the rest of your month to help support your digestion and avoid constipation in future. First of all, eat more fibre. Eating more fruit and veg is generally a good idea, of course. They're full of fibre as well as containing loads of other health promoting nutrients, vitamins and minerals. It's also a really good idea to swap out any refined grains with white pasta, white rice, white bread and all that with whole grain options. And nuts and seeds are a great source of fibre too. It's also important to drink more water. You might get away with not drinking enough at other times of the month, but then premenstrual constipation might be a great warning from your body to get that water into you. Being dehydrated can make your stools harder and then more difficult to pass. My favourite way to find out if you are drinking enough for your own body is to multiply your weight in kg by 0.033 and then add another glass of water for every cup of tea or coffee or glass of alcohol, and then drink more again if you're exercising to the point of sweating or if the weather is very hot. Speaking of exercise, moving your body helps to move your digestion. Lack of movement is a huge contributor to constipation, unsurprisingly really. One study found actually that aerobic exercise was helpful in easing premenstrual constipation as well as many other physical PMS symptoms. I find that just simply walking, for 30 minutes, for example, can really help when you're bunged up to kind of help get things moving. And don't hold it. If, we have wonderful bodily urges that tell us when we might need to make our way to the bathroom. And if you hold a number 2, you basically squeeze it back inside and squeeze all the water content out. And that makes it really hard and then makes it more difficult for it to come out when you eventually do make it to the toilet. So once you get the urge, go to the toilet straight away. Have you ever tried a squatty potty? Squatty potty is what they call them. Our modern toilets put our bodies in a suboptimal position for our bowels. So getting a stool and propping your legs up into a squatting position can make it easier to poo without straining. There's even scientific research now that shows these. They call them defecation posture modification devices, and they can really help constipation. It can also be helpful to avoid dehydrating drinks like coffee, black tea, alcohol and fizzy drinks. They're all dehydrating. If you're not drinking enough water already, these can make your constipation worse again. Some people do find that coffee is a bit of a laxative for them. But even if that's you, make sure you are drinking enough water and drink an extra glass of water for every cup of coffee that you do have. Bitter herbs are so great for digestion. Dandelion, artichoke and gentian are some of my favourite herbs which can help to ease constipation gently. They have very gentle laxative effect by supporting the liver, increasing digestive enzymes and bile secretion. You can eat bitter foods like dandelion leaves and rocket or arugula, artichoke hearts, radicchio. You can also take these as herbal tinctures, so you simply just add a few drops into a glass of water and then drink them back. They can help to activate your digestive tract from the taste buds as well as kind of more systemically. So, for an added bonus, you can swish the bitter herbs around your mouth before even swallowing them to get more of that taste bud activation. You could also try linseeds. Linseeds are wonderful herbal bulking laxatives, and eating ground linseeds can be a great source of fibre, but soaking the whole linseeds is a good way to add extra mucilage into your diet. So you just take 1 tablespoon of whole linseeds and leave them to soak for an hour or more in hot water. You can soak them overnight, take them first thing in the morning, or soak them at dinner time and take the seeds before bed. Soaking the seeds gives them this kind of gooey coat of mucilage, which is really helpful for easing the transit, so to speak. So if you found this helpful, please like the video, share it with anyone who might find it helpful, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our brilliant health promoting videos.